Hello everyone and welcome back to yet another episode 1 of Friendly Fire.
I don't know how we're still here, to be honest with you.
I don't either. When we started the show, I never anticipated.
Yeah, no. 3 seasons in, I didn't think this was going to happen. No. Anyway.
So today we're going to be doing some introductory things that we should have done in the very first episode, but we realized that we had never done. So for now, I'm Thomas, and I'm going to be one of your hosts, and I'm here with...
I'm Sam, also here.
And we'll get back to you right after this intro. And just like that, we're back. We have got some very pressing questions today.
I feel like you should go first. Yours probably are better, to be honest.
First question for host introductions. Sam, what is your name?
What is my name?
Yes.
That's your question. Mm-hmm. It says it in the intro.
Mm-hmm.
My name is, it's Sam. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Is that all?
Yeah. Just tell me a little bit about yourself. What are your strengths and weaknesses?
Is this a job interview? I don't want to do that.
No, it's
okay,
an
here.
introduction.
How about I ask a question?
Okay.
What's your favorite soup?
My favorite soup? That's a hard one. Okay. What? Because there's categories of soup.
Right. What's the context?
Okay. If it's just soup as a meal.
Yeah.
Baked potato soup.
Baked potato soup.
Very good.
No, that's a pretty good one, honestly. I feel like chicken noodle is something that you have, but it's like a very like you have it when you're sick kind of thing only. I'm gonna get judged for this. I'm gonna get judged for it. I'm a clam chowder enjoyer.
Clam chowder?
Yeah, I am.
Why?
I don't know. Okay, I get judged for it every time I say I like clam chowder, and honestly, I don't like the patronization. Whenever I get told that clam chowder is bad or it's gross. Okay, listen.
Okay, I think a lot of the problem, and I don't know if you've gotten this heat from anywhere else because I know that you've lived in a lot of different places, and I'll get to that in a little bit.
Okay.
But here in the Midwest, there's not a lot of clams, so clam chowder is very imported, not maybe the most fresh. There's a stigma.
The stigma? What's a stigma?
What's a stigma? It's like, do you actually want me to give the definition of the stigma?
No. Like, what is a stigma around
the stigma.
clam chowder? What do you mean?
No, because people are like, it's like seafood, it's probably imported, it's probably not as fresh.
I mean, no, that's fair, though. To be fair, I do think that, though. When it comes to my clam chowder, I get a little can. I don't get, like, the professional kind. I don't get it at a restaurant unless I'm, like...
Clam.
Professional clam. I don't get it unless I'm, like, near a coast or a lake or something.
Speaking of which, where are you, speaking of lakes, we've hinted to it on a couple times before in the show, but where are you originally from? From Michigan, up north. So I moved here to Kansas City in like 2016. So I'm not new to the Missouri area, but I definitely was when I was in high school, I knew nobody. So I'm glad that I have like friends now. That's always ideal. Plus. Yeah.
So I'm assuming, are you from anywhere originally?
I am a lifelong Lenexa of Lenexa, Kansas. Never moved. Haven't had a reason to. Never left Kansas. We're in Missouri now. I suppose that's leaving Kansas. Everyone gives me credit. Everyone behind the camera is giving me like a big thumbs down. Why? I don't get it.
Kansas.
There's no difference between Kansas and Missouri. There's truly not.
Kansas.
Everyone pretends there's beef. Personally, I have a conspiracy theory that Missouri and Kansas local governments are trying to get their each respective communities to fight against each other, so to distract them from the fact that they're both equally boring.
They are pretty bad.
They're both locked.
Nothing special about either of them.
I took about a year ago, I took a train ride from Kansas City to Chicago, and every single little rural Midwestern town I stopped at, they could all have been the same town. They're all like architecturally designed the same.
Yeah.
So frankly, Kansas and Missouri.
And that's fair though. Whenever my family's like, "Oh my gosh, I should come visit you in Missouri," we're like, "Yeah, I should come visit you." I'm like, "You don't need to do that. There's really not much to do here."
We have Worlds of Fun. We have a SeaWorld now.
We do?
Yeah, there's one. Well, not now. They probably had it for 10 years in downtown KC.
Since when? I think,
can anyone confirm that? Is it a SeaWorld Okay, I got a bunch of nods. Okay, so there is a SeaWorld. It's like in a building.
That feels...
It's not like a park. It's just like an aquarium.
Oh, it's an aquarium. That's not SeaWorld. That's an aquarium.
It's SeaWorld brand.
SeaWorld brand? Ew. All my homies hate SeaWorld.
Yeah. So it's a little bit crazy for me because like from an outside perspective, like I've always been in this generally same area from like Lawrence, Kansas to, Warrensburg, Missouri. Like that's my range. I haven't really left that. I've gone on trips other places, but I'm not like familiar with
My range is pretty large.
Yeah. So when you're like, yeah, I'm going to visit family, it's gonna take like a 9-hour drive and I'm gonna stay there for 4 days. Yeah.
It's a 12-hour drive to visit family. And then there's also like in between middle school where I, hopped overseas for a few years.
I was just about to ask you. So tell me a little bit about Europe as well. You spent some time in Europe.
I don't talk about it much. Yeah, I lived in Europe for 3 years when I was in middle school for my dad's job. It's not military. Sorry. It's just because he was being trained for something in Alabama, and then that got canceled. So we were given the option of moving to Alabama or moving to Switzerland. Do you want to tell me which one we chose? I think we all know. So we moved to Switzerland for 2 years, and then we never moved to Alabama, thank God. I moved to Kansas City instead. So I have been here and there and everywhere, kinda. Sorta.
A little bit. So we have the opposite, and I'm not going to say that you've lived like a ton of different places. You've certainly lived more than
4 times.
Most people, yeah. And that I haven't moved ever.
Boo.
Boo. Oh well.
Oh well.
Means I just don't have to put my stuff in boxes. It's probably the reason I have so much crap.
That's probably.
I haven't lost it in a U-Haul yet.
That's very fair. I've lost a lot of things moving. So you just learn to keep what's important and getting rid of what's not.
Very true.
And figure out what that is very quickly.
I learned in moving back and forth to Warrensburg over the course of the last 4 years.
Yeah.
What I actually needed and what I didn't. Things that I needed more than I expected. Cup holders. They're like coasters.
Oh, coasters.
Coasters. One time, I like the very first time I moved, I forgot my coaster and I didn't want to leave rings on my desk. So I asked my parents were driving out. For some unrelated reason, I was like, "Hey, while you're driving out, can you grab some stuff that I left in my room?" And I like sent a list of stuff. And I was like, "Oh, here's your cup coaster." And what I received was the bottom of a shoe that had fallen off of my old work shoes.
Bottom of a shoe?
Yeah, it was like a big piece of rubber.
So who did you send this to?
My mom.
Your mom decided, yeah, I'm gonna pick up the bottom of a shoe. And
it was on my desk. In her defense, it fell off my work shoes. I was gonna glue it back on. Never got around to it. It was just a big piece of rubber shoe that, yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, what's your question?
Oh, my next. Oh gosh. I was gonna say like pet peeve. Do you have one? Like a really intense one that you can think of?
My phone.
Your phone?
I hate my phone.
Okay. Why?
Sorry, I just hate the ding.
Then turn it off.
I do, and it's a problem because people are like, "Well, I sent you a text," and 12 hours have passed. Sometimes a few days have passed, and I never see it.
That's why I tell other people to tell you to text me back.
Yeah, and that's annoying. It's unfortunately more effective.
It is.
Because what'll happen is either my phone will go off like 3 times and I will mute it, and then I will forget to unmute it until the very end of the day.
Why don't you just put it on like vibrate or something?
Because the vibrate is the same problem. Because a large part of it is like I get distracted by it. So if I'm on school, like if I come to school like the earlier morning, and then I'm running around for the next like 6-7 hours. And I just have my phone on mute. I'll check it every now and again for like important updates. So like that works out okay. But the problem is if I'm at home and I have no reason to check it otherwise, it just never gets checked. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
My bad.
I'm aware.
I apologize to anyone who's ever tried to text me and I just haven't responded. I feel really bad. Just know that I'm trying to get better. That's my 2024 New Year's resolution is to get better about my phone. Step 1 is changing all notification noises to something different. So I can differentiate what app it is, who's texting me, and mostly to just get rid of the default ding because it annoys me.
I feel like I just end up forgetting like whose is what and what is what. That feels very complicated.
That's true. What I'm going to start doing is I'm going to go through my contacts of all the people that like text me and like regularly enough, and I'm gonna ask them to record them saying their name. So when they text me, it's like a Pokemon.
Oh my God.
So if you text me, it'd just be like Sam.
I never want to hear that. When it goes, I'll make sure to never text you when I'm in person with you because that's kind of awful, but also great. So it is what it is.
So before we continue with our questions, we have another ad for you guys. We're gonna roll right now, so why don't we go ahead and take it away? I apologize, I just kind of threw you guys into that ad roll.
Ad time.
Wake up,
Your subscription of Friendly Fire has been upgraded to an all-new premium package. Enjoy this season of Friendly Fire ad-free. Thanks for watching.
Well, congratulations. Super happy that you have this upgraded version. I'm sure it'll be nothing but amazing content from now on.
Why don't I get the upgraded version?
Because you're not special.
Yeah.
Okay? That's what you get.
Speaking of which, since when did you steal my wardrobe?
Excuse me, how old are you?
20, almost 22.
Almost 22. You want a holiday? I am 22. So I think the fact that I was born first, you stole my wardrobe.
Okay, let me rephrase.
Just want to make it known.
So for context, we both wear flannel shirts, as you may have noticed.
Right.
We every semester of higher education that we've been in, we have had at least one class together, and like 2 or 3 years ago, we had a class and we sat next to each other and we were identified by the professor as the lumberjacks because we were both I was wearing this shirt, funny enough.
I was probably wearing this flannel, to be honest with you. I wear this flannel a lot, as you can see in Thomas's picture. That's behind him. It's the same exact outfit. So I don't have a whole lot changing, so I feel like it's actually you that takes my style. Because
which is fair.
It looks better on me anyway.
I didn't start it, so when I was in high school, it was all hoodies all the time. I just wore hoodies. Like every year I had like one hoodie and that was the hoodie that I wore. Like I changed obviously all my other clothes, but that one hoodie would be like, that's the hoodie. Put it on.
Hoodie, okay.
Or like, it was less of a hoodie, but more of like a jacket.
I wore the wildest stuff to high school. I don't know what I was on when I decided, yeah, I'm gonna get dressed today and this is what I'm gonna wear. I feel like I have to elaborate.
You are gonna have to, that's the way that this works.
I was the one girl that would wear I wore like a leather jacket, fishnets, like a leather skirt to school. In high school. And like these platform boots at like 7:30 in the morning. There's like no reason for me to do all this.
You were wearing that and then standing in line at 10:30 a.m. to eat milk with a hamburger.
That's it. I had no clue who I thought I was at that point. I did get a lot of people telling me that they were like, oh my God, you always look so good. And like, you always look so like confident in yourself. And I loved it. And I was like, thanks. Oh my God, what was I on? Because I can't even begin to think about wearing something like that in college. It's completely different. But
now it's like the college go-to, and like I feel like this most people. I would say that I don't typically identify with this as like sweatpants, baggy t-shirts, and that's like the college dress code.
I mean, well, yeah.
Everyone just rolled out of bed. No matter what time of day it is, someone just woke up 10 minutes before class started.
Oh yeah.
And everyone's wearing like leisure wear, which is good.
I mean, yeah.
It's more relaxed.
It's better.
Yeah, I don't know where. I don't know when the flannel thing. Where this flannel in particular, this is the original. I don't know where it came from. It's just always been in my closet. And I wore it as a costume in an old project that I did in high school. And then I just held on to it. And then I got to college and I was like, yeah, that's different. I'll change up like how I'm dressed. And I put it on and then I just kind of wore it every day. And then I started going thrifting and got more. And now my closet is
Thrifting is really it. That's where I got this one.
Yeah,
I got this one in the men's section of a thrift store. I saw it and I was like, I want that. And then I picked it up and I love this flannel, man. It's such a good one.
I know
that Thomas is judging me back here, but I promise it's good.
My closet is entirely flannel shirts and like Hawaiian shirts, and that's it.
Me too. I'm the same way.
And then just like t-shirts. Do you have another question? I'm excited. You hyped up your
I know, I hyped it up, and now I haven't. Do you like receiving flowers?
Receiving flowers?
Yes.
Yeah. I love me some good flowers.
Do you like receiving real or fake ones?
I go back and forth because on the one hand, real flowers are always really pretty, and I'm always like very impressed by them, especially when they're like the really pretty ones. But a large thing that I've always struggled with flowers is that I can't for the life of me keep plants alive. I've killed cactuses before.
That's actually really funny. One of my questions is, do you want to be a plant parent?
Yeah, no, I couldn't.
No,
give me a cat, I'll keep the cat alive. But as far as plants go, they're not making it past the first like season that I own it for.
Right. So flowers.
Yeah.
Real or fake?
So going with that is like with flowers, I always get sad when they die. Because I'm like, and then like that's part of life. That's part of the beauty of it.
Have you considered like drying them out?
See, I've recently been learning how to do that. I didn't know anything about drying flowers until recently. I thought that you needed like a vacuum bag. Turns out you just leave it on like a counter. And it dries up, and then you put it in a jar.
I did it for a long time, and I still do. Is I tie like a string around it, and I hang it upside down from like somewhere in the dorms. It was from like I had my bed lofted, so I'd hang it from one of the bars under my bed, so they just hang until they dried out. Now I hang them from like the ceiling.
Yeah.
Or like somewhere, and then they dry out completely, and then you can have them preserved forever if you want. Okay. I really like it if I have a bouquet that I am particularly attached to. And also it's just fun. Dried flowers are like a cool aesthetic. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but that's how I feel. So fake flowers are nice because they'll forever be alive. Like my dad buys flowers all the time, but there's this one bouquet that's been sitting on our table for I don't know how long, and it's just nice to have just like a bouquet a flower that never goes away. It's just always there. It makes your house look nice.
Yeah, that's why I got a fake plant. When I first moved, my mom got me a fake plant. It's a little succulent. She goes, "Here, you can't kill this one." I said, "Perfect, I still have it."
I for the plant parent thing, I had a plant for a minute when I moved into my apartment, and I don't know where it went.
How did you lose the plant?
It was on the windowsill, and I think when either my roommates threw it away because it died, but I was not aware that it died, and they never told me they threw it away, but it disappeared one day, and I never saw it again.
I can't just... It sprouted legs and got up and walked away.
That's literally how it felt, because I showed up and I was like, oh my gosh, I watered my plant, and then it was gone. I was like...
So were you watering a dead plant?
No, I don't know what happened. No, I think, well, I did leave for a while, so maybe I was just gone for a long period of time, and they were like, I don't want to water this, and threw it away, which, if so, that's rude. If not, and they just were like, this is dead, and throwing it away. Why did you tell me? I could mourn my plant. Her name was Gloria. I loved her. She's gone now. So... anyway, I want to be a plant parent, but I don't know if it is in the cards for me, to be honest.
Piggybacking off of that, what is your favorite hobby? Like, obviously we both do video stuff, but you know, that's just a job.
That's just a job. In terms of hobbies, I've gotten really into reading recently.
Reading?
Yeah.
I'm bad at reading.
I am too. I was like, you know what, because I have a library card to the local like the public library. I'm like, you know what, why not? I picked up a couple books. I'm reading Pearl right now, and I'm not sure if it's the Pearl that the movie is based off of or not. I think it might be though. So I'm reading that, and I read a different book that was by the same author that wrote Bird Box. So pretty good stuff. So I've been into reading, and I also do word searches. So I'm just like an old man. I'm not even kidding. I read before I go to bed at night, and I'm like, okay, it's time to go to bed at like 10:30. I'm not even kidding. That's what happened last night.
You're sitting in bed under mostly under the covers, reading a little book with the one lamp, and then you don't say it where you just close the book, turn the lamp off, and lay down.
That's how it is. Yeah, that's how exactly it was. Other than that, I do some video games sometimes, but that's like
a little bit
here and there. What about you?
I mean, yeah, sort of the same thing. Video games are fun.
Video games are fun.
A lot of games that I've played over the years, but that's lame. I mean, that's not. I made it. I'm gonna give up on that sentence. Video games are cool, but talking about them is just gonna be talking about what our favorite games are. So as a conversation topic, I've way over-explained this at this point. Point is,
what is
I'm
another
deciding
hobby
to
that you
get.
like?
Huh?
What's another hobby that you do?
This year, I'm deciding to get really into model trains.
Well, that's not a shock to anyone at all. I feel like that is not something that's new or recent. That's not something that you've been into for way longer than that. Why are you suddenly, why? That's nothing new.
I'm gonna get really into model trains. The problem is they're very expensive, and I am very much so have no money. So I need to get the money first, and then I'll get them. But I'm gonna start with Lego model trains because I already have some when I was a kid. I was a big Lego kid. I was a big train kid. It seems only natural I continue that.
You look like a train kid. Anyway, I'm so happy to be back, honestly. I really did miss this for sure. Absolutely I did. Believe me. I'm so, anyway, I'm Sam. I guess
Thomas.
We'll see you next time we do this.
Thank you for joining us for the introduction to the show. Only 2 seasons late. We will see you in the next one.
Bye! Bye!